Good morning, students. Today we are going to take last part of this chapter 1, that is part F. This deals with commerce and its classification. After this part, we'll be taking a questionnaire session separately. As you could see in the diagram in commerce, with all the pictures interrelated with computers, connectivity, you could get a brief of what exactly is commerce. Guess and try, or let's say commerce includes all those activities which are necessary for facilitating the exchange of goods and services. If we see broad classification of commerce, it is subclassified into trade and aids to trade or auxiliaries to trade, whichever way you say, both is justified. Now trade goes with internal and external. On the basis of quantity, we say it's wholesale trade, retail trade. Earlier we had various other classifications also on the basis of the area of operation, local, interstate, but with GST we have diluted that part. Then in case of external, we have three: import, getting the things in our country; export, taking out things from our country to another country; and interport, where you import with the purpose of exporting. Now usually you get 1 or 2 mark question. Under what condition interport is suitable? Number 1, when you are geographically in such a prominent position that you avail the benefit of that. Your own custom water, 12 nautical miles, what you have learnt in class 9. So accordingly, I can put my own rules, regulations at my custom water. And if I'm charging very high, maybe the other country would not like to go through that, and moving out of that custom water and going to other country would be very expensive. So they prefer downloading the commodities at our harbor. So my location is such that interport becomes a commercial option. Second is when suppose there is demand from one country and there is supply in the other country, but they are not in a very healthy relationship. I take the benefit of it. I have good relationship with both of them. Once I buy, I am the owner, and then I sell it to the other country. So you are trying to gain the benefit out of the differences in between the two countries. Now coming down to auxiliaries to trade, we have transportation, warehousing, insurance, banking, communication, and advertisement. Now, you will find the same classifications even when we move ahead or when we were there in tertiary sector. When we were there in tertiary sector. So what is the difference between the transportation, warehousing, insurance, banking, communication, advertisement, what you have read in tertiary sector and what you're going to read here? The basic difference is that your aids to trade provides infrastructure on which your tertiary sector works. For example, if we say a simple logic, it's only when there is a construction of road, NH, that you can say that I am plying my fleet of buses over there. So making roads is infrastructure part, and plying of your transport or fleet of buses is service unit. Identifying that there is a possibility of risk and the impact of it is getting the concept or the base, and your insurance agent selling the policies under different terms and conditions, they are part of service sector or tertiary sector. So auxiliaries to trade provides infrastructure on which your tertiary sector works. Next we say that all your elements of aids to trade are somewhere or other involved in removing hindrances of some or other kind. Let us see what these hindrances are. In transportation, place barrier you're trying to remove, warehousing time barrier, insurance risk, banking finance, communication information, and when I take advertisement, it is not only information, it is also including information which is promoting a particular product. Informations mostly related to promotion of a product. Next we come to mode of transport or types of transport, because this is one area where you get one mark question. Land, water, airways, then within that also road and railways, waterways, sea, river, canals, airways. The one which I have not taken up but is a relevant one is pipelines. All the injurious or harmful gases or poisonous liquids, they are moved through pipeline transportation system. But that is not very relevant to your question, but you should be aware of it. The next major question that comes is, what exactly is the difference between industry, commerce, and trade? Industry, commerce, and trade. So once we take meaning of it, industry is extraction, reproduction, processing, and construction of useful products. Commerce activities involving distribution of goods and services. Trade, purchase, and sale of goods and services. Scope industry consists of all activities involving conversion of material and semi-good finished goods or products into finished goods. Then commerce is comprising of trade and auxiliaries to trade. Trade comprises of exchange of goods and services. Then capital, generally large amount is required for industry, comparatively less in commerce, and very nominal capital for trade, except where the stock is to be taken up. Risk, industry it is high, relatively moderate in commerce, and almost nominal or comparatively still lesser in trade. Then which side it is reflecting? Industry is on the supply side, commerce on the demand side, and trade refers to both demand and supply. Then utility creation, what type of utility is being created? In case of industry, mostly form utility by changing the form or the shape of the material. In case of commerce, you have place utility by moving the goods from producers to consumers. And in case of trade, it is possession utility through exchange of ownership. With this, your chapter 1 comes to an end. Thank you very much for being with us.